Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about TikTok once more, I fear. I came across relationship advice type TikToks, which in and of itself, the whole concept scares me a little bit because truly there are some of the wildest people on TikTok, and that goes for every platform, but I feel like TikTok specifically targets an audience that is not necessarily impressionable, because I feel like that's patronizing, but who might be in a situation where they're inclined to believe random bullshit people spew on the internet. Obviously, this is opinion-based, because you can think I'm spewing all the bullshit in the world as much as you might think these TikTokers are as well. That's up to you. So what I'm saying comes with a very big asterisk, in the sense of, if I had relationship problems, or any given problem actually, aside from like, let's say, crafts or fixing a shelf, I would not go to TikTok under any circumstance to seek guidance. To be very clear, there are plenty of super knowledgeable, even licensed professionals, like they're doctors, they're therapists, they're surgeons. There are plenty of people who are completely knowledgeable in what they're saying. That being said, those people are the few. The vast majority of people who are on TikTok are just regular people like me who are saying things on the internet. So I came across these relationship advice type TikToks, which in and of itself, I feel some type of way, because relationship advice that is given so broadly, I feel like is useless, in the sense of, there's a reason you're gonna go to your friends and ask about your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever, as opposed to some random person on the internet who doesn't know your story or situation, because as much as the things might apply to you, they might also apply to like 2 million people because they're so broad. It's like me saying, hey, don't be depressed, things will get better. And it's like, yeah, well, if I know that you've gone through thing X, Y, or Z, I'm probably gonna say something a little different than, hey, don't be sad. Maybe that's just me being overly jaded. It's definitely that, but there are also other things. So this is about polyamory specifically. I'll get into my opinions about polyamory later.
Baby, I need you to dump her.
What? Why? What's wrong with Sarah?
She triggers me.
Okay, that's concerning. How does she trigger you?
It's her whole entire attitude. Whenever she comes here, she acts like she owns our house.
Okay, has she been messy?
I also feel like you spend so much time with her. I miss us. I feel like I've just been pushed aside.
Okay, that's not true. Look, we all agreed that I'd be splitting my time with both my girlfriends. I've never neglected you.
But I need you more than ever. My workload has increased. I need you by my side 24/7.
Millie, that's not right. People in my life are not disposable or interchangeable. I've been dating Sarah for 1.5 years now, and I can't just dump her just because your workload increased. But if she's rude, then let's talk about that.
But I've been with you longer, and I just can't shake out this feeling that she's trying to take you away from me.
Is that what's really going on? Millie, I've been dating you for so long. I'm not going to suddenly leave you for another woman. I think you need to work on your trust and insecurity issues. Like, I can support you, but I'm not going to just dump somebody just because you said so. So how can I support you? Look, I understand you're feeling stressed, but I'm not just going to dump Sarah just because you said so. So what if I arranged for you two to meet? You know, maybe she'd be up for meeting for a coffee, and maybe you'd find out that she's not as bad as you think she is. Please try to understand, and if it doesn't work out, then we'll discuss again. Maybe she's some horrible person like a Nickelback fan, and I don't know. And when I'm not around, how about I do things in your love languages? You know, you like gifts, right? How about whenever I'm out with her, I send you flowers? And maybe I can find a way to send you a text to let you know that I'm thinking about you.
That sounds nice.
Yeah? Great. So how about tonight, I give you a massage, I get your favorite wine, we'll watch something that you really like, and then maybe we can talk further about how to manage your work stress. Does that sound like a plan?
That sounds good.
Okay. Love you.
Me too.
So, a lot of people in the comments of the original tweet where I found this were asking if this was satirical, which truly was my one last withering hope left here on this planet. And yet, apparently not. So obviously these are skits, these are not real conversations, thank God. I think that's our one saving grace. There's a lot here. What I'm going to say about polyamory, in terms of my opinion, to contextualize where I'm coming from, if it's your thing, it's your thing, it's not my thing. I am not okay with things outside of monogamy for myself, just because of how I am. That being said, if you're fine with polyamory, whatever situation where everyone is consenting and aware, I truly, good for you, do not care in a positive way, but I don't care in the sense of there's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. Do your thing. That being said, these TikToks are almost funny because I don't know if they're trying to, I don't want to say sell polyamory, but they're trying to show you polyamory. But I feel like they're showing a vastly negative side of it. Like, it's not being like, hey, this is great, we're all getting what we want, we're all experiencing what we want. It's like, hey, the dude seems to be getting what he wants. The girlfriend, whatever, the significant other, doesn't seem like she's happy with it. It's like showing you the shortcomings of it, which I get is transparent and I can appreciate that, but it's like, this looks miserable for kind of everyone. Less for the dude. It seems like the partner, as far as we know, is monogamous, quote unquote, in the sense of it doesn't seem like she's seeing anyone, but he is, and she doesn't seem okay with that. So already we have this kind of, what seems to me like an unhealthy situation to begin with. Because I have not seen every single TikTok this account has posted just for my own mental health. A lot of the TikToks that I've seen have this same kind of scenario repeating over and over, like different versions of the same problem. The same problem being, she's uncomfortable with this dude seeing Sarah or anyone else, which in and of itself goes entirely against polygamy. The whole point of polygamy is that you're all on the same page. But more than that, what I don't like specifically is how all of this is framed in the sense of, I find it patronizing. The way the dude talks to her, I don't like it. It's the patronizing voice, like the customer service voice. I can do that as well, and it really... I think we've struck a chord with Julia. It really does not go down well.
We can work through your problems. Like, I get you're really stressed, but it's not my problem, and I'm not gonna dump her. So, like, let's figure out a way for you to control yourself.
That's basically what he's saying, and truly just not. No. I appreciate the intention behind it, but to me it comes across, I don't know if it's his acting or if he's really like that. It doesn't matter. It's wild to me that you're in a relationship with one person, and then after you're in a relationship with that person, the polygamy thing happens and you start dating, seeing someone else. And he was acting like it's crazy for his significant other to be like, I don't want you to be with that person, when it seems like the initial relationship was monogamous. So why would it be crazy that your relationship takes a massive shift where you don't have one priority anymore, but rather two or more? I'm not an astrology person, truly, but some of the traits are just true. I'm a jealous Scorpio, okay? So, like, for me, being also territorial, no. Absolutely not. If you ever want stories about how I live up to being a Scorpio, for better or for worse, let me know. So anyway, I continued going down this rabbit hole. I don't really think stigmatizing one or the other one is going to help. In the same way that I can say that polygamy isn't for me, I'm not going to say that it's because you're insecure that you need polygamy, which is a little bit the implication here with monogamy. Like, why do you need them to just be yours if you're secure in your relationship? You can make an argument both ways that someone has to be with more people because they're insecure and they need more people to reassure them. So we can make arguments all over the place about who's insecure, who's not, why they're monogamous or not. The thing is, I think the majority of the cultures I've lived in have been raised with the idea of monogamy. If you decide to go outside that, that's fine, but I also don't think it's fair to just say, oh yeah, clearly you're insecure, you see threats outside of your relationship because you want that person to be your person, quote unquote. Not ownership-wise, but you know what I mean. The way I am is like that. Can't do anything about it, just wired that way. If I'm dating someone seriously and it's gotten to a certain point, I would like to be the only person they're dating, so then the trajectory goes in the direction I'd want it to go, which is a monogamous relationship. And that's just me. But what I will not be okay with is you essentially challenging my simple preference that hurts no one and nothing because it doesn't align with your preference. The same way that I'm not going to make assumptions about you and who you are as a person because you prefer polyamory. So against my better judgment, I did look at the comments. In this video we just saw, someone commented, scarcity mindset, there's no guarantee that needs will continue to be met either way, but another partner / structure feels like a direct threat. Decolonizing Love, which is the name of this account, said, yup, that capitalist and colonial scarcity mindset. Hard for many to untether from. I'm no historian, I'm no economist, like truly, I'm nothing. But I really have to say, there also is a difference between desperately seeking to be monogamous in the sense of, I'm gonna settle with whoever accepts me, quote unquote, to some degree, as opposed to saying, I think this person is right for me, they're the person I want to spend my life with, I don't want to spend my life with anyone else. Two different concepts. So again, I think we're boiling down very nuanced concepts, very complex concepts into very black and white things, which they're just not. Monogamy is not simply being like, I need to date this guy, I need to marry this guy because there aren't that many good guys out there and I need to get one of the last good ones. Like, if that's how you're going into it, there are problems there, and I'd say think about that. It's a very different thing, much like with even best friends. I'm best friends with my best friends because I think they're special people, because we relate, and because I want them in my life. It's not because I think everyone has gone to shit and these are the last people there that are kind of okay, so I'll take them. This is actually the first video I saw, which was on Twitter, and truly, you know when you just have a visceral reaction to videos because they so deeply not only don't align with how you perceive the world, but it's also wrong.
I had an amazing time on my date tonight. She's so cool and we have so much in common.
I don't know if I can do this. The thought of you just being with somebody else is making me feel sick.
Baby, I understand this is challenging for you, but we both agreed that we were going to try polyamory and explore opening up our relationship.
But it's different when it's actually happening. I just feel like I'm gonna lose you.
You're not gonna lose me. I'm committed to you and our marriage, but I want to be able to explore feelings with other people.
I know, but these feelings are just so hard for me. Could you just stop seeing her, please?
That's not fair to her or to me. We both agreed to this, and I'm not gonna break up with her just because you're feeling anxious, baby.
I don't know how to deal with these feelings.
It's okay. I'm here for you, and we can work through this together. But we also need to respect each other's boundaries and feel like we can actually do this together. I'm not going anywhere.
I guess I need time to just adjust and process this.
Yes, you probably do. But I'm here for you every step of the way.
I think this is the core issue I have with a lot of these videos, is like I said, it doesn't appear healthy. It doesn't seem like two people who are actually on board with polyamory. Every relationship will have problems, that's fine. But if at the very basis of your relationship, there already is a lack of agreement or a quote-unquote agreement where someone's kind of doing something just because the other partner wants to do it, but they're not actually comfortable with it, which is what seems like is going on here, It's like the very base of your relationship already has a problem. That's different from starting a relationship. You have established parameters and then later on there's a problem. Basically, like a building that is cracked before you've even built the second floor. There's a problem at the base. Now, here, it always seems like it's the woman who is kind of suppressing any kind of feeling. Now, granted, not every relationship is going to be easy, but I don't think we need to bring that to the toxic level of relationships are going to be really hard, you're really going to suffer, you're going to have to suppress your emotions, you're going to have to be okay with things that are uncomfortable. I don't really buy all of that, because as much as relationships aren't easy because human interaction isn't necessarily easy, I also really don't believe in like this whole thing of you have to bleed for a relationship. Truly not. Because if you do find the right person, like I said, the hardships are there, but the majority of it is going to be natural. You're going to feel fine. You're going to be with your best friend all the time. It's going to be the best thing, honestly. But cheesy moments aside, all of this just seems so backwards. I don't know if it's the character that's supposed to be this way of her, but it seems like there's a gun to her head of being like, you gotta love polyamory. You love polyamory. Don't you love No one's buying it. So it's like, even putting someone in the situation of thinking that they need to adjust to their partner to the extent that they have to be constantly uncomfortable, constantly asking their partner to leave, and then having their partner basically reinforce what for me would be one of the biggest fears of being like, hey, I like you, but I also really like them, so you guys are gonna have to figure it out. No. You guys can let me know in the comments down below, especially if you're polyamorous, have been in a polyamorous relationship. Let me know if there are particular parameters you set in place for specific situations like this, and let me know if you think this is a valid representation of what it is like to be polyamorous, because as much as I don't know that much about polyamory, save from what I've read online, this to me does not seem like the best representation, because it automatically, to me, reads as pretty toxic. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.